Once upon a time. Probably the most famous expression used in relation to all storytelling. I've already shared with you how important storytelling is to the ethos of Unique Stories and Eulogies and to me. And it has made me think about where it all begins. So, once upon a time is a good place to start if we think that there was a time where there were no phones, no computers, no Google, no Instagram, no Twitter, no Facebook, and go further back in that, no television, no radio, no books. How on earth did we find information? Where was it stored? How could we get to it when we needed it? Well, the simple fact is, we've always been able to talk. And in talking, we tell and others retain and can then recall that information. And it can be added to, and it continually gets stored in the heads of the listeners who become the future tellers. And so our history develops in the art of storytelling. Now, we all know about Chinese whispers and how history has been corrupted along the way, and recently reminded that the recollections may vary. However, in most stories, there is a truth, a morality, and it's down to the listener and the teller to retain that and ensure that those things continue on, however many embellishments it gets along the road. So, how does Unique Stories and Eulogists ensure that the truths remain in the story you want told, the story of your loved one? Well, we build up that story. There are several building blocks to it. If we begin with facts, the irrefutable facts, if you like, things like where was that person born, when were they born, and then we add things that have a slightly more detail, as in who was that person? How did they live their life? What mattered to them? What made them smile? How did they relate to other people? How did other people remember them? All of these things are small mini stories that contribute to the greater and bigger stories. And then, of course, we need to add slightly more colour to that. And that's added by mood and style. And those things are about attitude, expressions, guiding principles of that person. And so it builds up. In addition, we can enhance this individually almost by tributes where we use non-verbal prompts to inspire memories in the heads of those listening. Those can be rituals, those can be music, but each of them build the story. And the more connections made, the stronger the story becomes, and the more likely it is to go on and be recalled and be retold and bring that person back into the present, get passed on to future generations, be added to the stories of others, and to provide meaning. I would want to ask you at this point to consider, where is your story being held right now? How many heads, how many diaries, how many record collections contain your story? This is where Unique Stories and Eulogies goes foraging for the ingredients that it needs to deliver the truths in a way that reflects the person most truly.